work resumed on my house build after yet a further delay, this time of 3 weeks. At about 9 AM I heard the sound of an engine. When I looked out of my caravan door, there up on the site was the same workman who had started the whole job off back at the beginning of March. Then he had put in the site access road and dug the hole in the ground for the house's foundations, and now he was again working with his excavator on backfilling the hole using the soil that he had originally removed. But he wasn't intending to do a complete backfill. He was mainly concentrating on the external area outside the house, with the aim of shoveling earth back up to the level of the bottom of the outer main beams, and he only added enough earth inside the structure to bring the internal area immediately under the beams up to the same level. One reason for this was that there would obviously not be enough earth for a complete backfill. The rear of the house is about 2 meters above the original ground level at that point, and much of the available earth will be needed to bring that up to the level of the house. There would also be no need for a complete backfill in any case, as the build method requires a space to be left below the house's floor, what is known in France as a vide sanitaire. This space is useful for insulation purposes and will also allow access to underfloor services, electricity and water, should the need arise in the future. My original plan for the house included a metre-wide path all around it and a flat area at the rear to be used as a terrace in rolled stone. The builder assured me that these features would be included, but as work progressed today it became pretty clear to me that extra earth will need to be brought in to make up the levels of the areas involved. That problem, if it is one, will be for the future, however. As always, it seems to me, when shifting tons of earth with mechanical excavators is involved, work progressed pretty quickly, and having started at around 9 AM, was over for the day on my site anyway by shortly after lunchtime. Before he left, the driver and I spoke briefly, and I asked him whether he also thought that extra earth would need to be brought in. He had to be somewhat non-committal, of course, but implied agreement that it would. So that is also something that I'll have to keep an eye on. Having contoured the area behind the house to join the existing slope, he took great care to pile up and leave untouched the topsoil which he had dug out back in March. This was because it will be needed at the end of the project in order to reinstate the grass areas around the house, as the underlying clay soil will be totally unsuited for that. He left gaps under the beams in the front, under where the front door will be, and in the rear corner under bedroom 1. The one in the front will be for the water and electricity services to enter the building, and the one at the back will be for the pipes taking wastewater outside to the wastewater treatment system. The degree to which the area at the back of the house has had to be built up is quite striking. I'll have to think eventually how to complete it. I'm thinking of a flat paved area with a low ornamental wall around it, with steps on both sides down to the back garden.